Hello, and welcome to the Pain Relief Masterclass for neck and shoulder pain relief that will enable you to get better sleep. Who is looking forward to that? I tell you, I've used these points a lot myself, and in the middle of the night when you have neck and shoulder pain, these are absolutely priceless to have at your disposal to get that instant pain relief and help you get back to sleep. So I would like to extend a huge congratulations to everyone watching for being proactive and really taking charge of your health, because we do need to take responsibility for our own health care. It is so important for us to have a team when we're dealing with our health and our well-being for ourselves and for our families. And your willingness to be open to learn the self-care tips that I'll be sharing with you today will benefit you and your loved ones. Yes, you can actually share this info with your family and your friends, because in this masterclass, you are going to learn acupressure points to quickly treat any aches or pains as they arise, especially in the middle of the night. And you will discover how easy it is to do, and the results will speak for themselves. You will leave with a renewed sense of hope and transformation that will get you back to living your life to the fullest. And you'll have access to the guidebook. Look for the link below to help you find the points and locate them, and then also to track your progress. This is a Pain Relief Masterclass guidebook that I have available. It's a PDF, and I've put the link in the comments below, both on YouTube and on Facebook there. And it's also on my website too, carlypenfold.com. If you have missed it, you can get that there right off the homepage. So my name is Carly Penfold. I have been a holistic practitioner since 2009, and I've combined my experience with Shiatsu Acupressure, Reiki energy healing, Chakra Balancing, which is balancing the 7 main energy centers in the body. And I do that with singing bowls. And also I do tarot card readings to look at the energy surrounding people. So I am definitely all about the energetic self and the physical body having some harmony. And I will be sharing tips that have worked with hundreds of my clients over the past decade, longer than that actually. And in 2015, I founded the Holistic Market and Psychic Fair. I held over 40 live events over 5 years supporting the holistic community. And I did create an online summit which featured expert panelists addressing health and wellness topics, healing circles, and collective readings. So I have literally been immersed in holistic healing. I've tried so many modalities, and I am here to share with you today ones that I find are very useful and easy to use, and we're only using our fingertips. So I'm also on the faculty of the Metaphysical School, and I do have a course video on there called Whole Body Balance, and that is for balancing the source points of each of the meridians that lead directly to our organs, so we have optimal body function and balance. I'm also a fan of essential oils, and I help people discover top ingredients to avoid in your home for a toxin-free environment to protect your family. And here I am on the weekly Holistic Living Show. So it's where I talk about all things holistic. And a fun fact about me is that I am a competitive pickleball player and a ref. And I do enjoy biking as well along Okanagan Lake, as I do live in the Okanagan Valley in BC, Canada. So I have used acupressure and essential oils to give myself relief from numerous things. When I play pickleball, and I haven't done it in a while, I do tend to get that tennis elbow. The points that I'll be covering today will be applicable to that as well. I blew out my knee this summer when I tore my meniscus when I was trying to do some wake surfing. I was using acupressure on that. In fact, you can look for that tutorial as well. If you have knee issues, I share some tips and techniques to relieve knee pain in that one. And but the biggest one that I've had to deal with has been with my hip, as I do have osteoarthritis in my hip. So the joint is wearing down, and I tell you, this is what's happened. I used to play pickleball. I picked it up a couple of years ago, and I was playing a lot. I was really kind of overdoing it a lot. and my hip was starting to hurt. I ended up limping. I had trouble getting in and out of the car. I had to like literally lift my leg to move it and get in and out of my car. It was that debilitating. And definitely that was something that kept me up all night. It was really difficult to find a comfortable position. I wasn't getting any sleep. So I did seek out help for my hip pain, and I went and saw numerous practitioners, and my chiro had suggested going to get an x-ray done. So eventually I did. And when I went back to my doctor to have the results, I was sitting in his office there. It was all that fluorescent lighting, and the chair was really cold, and the floor just looked really stark and bare in there. And I was wondering, what's going to be what am I going to hear here about the results from my x-ray? And when he came in and I'm sitting there and I looked up at him, and he said, the results of your x-ray show that you have the beginnings of osteoarthritis in your hip. And then he started talking to me about hip replacement surgery in my lifetime. And my heart just sank. I was really crushed, actually, because I saw this as the end of my pickleball playing, saw this as the end of my social time. My partner and I, we play together a lot, and that is something that we do together. So I was imagining me staying at home while he's going off and playing and having all this fun time without me. And at that moment, I decided, I am immersed in all of this holistic healing. I am going to take everything that I can and put that towards getting better. The first thing I did was I reduced my pickleball playing time. So I limited myself to 2 hours a day. I know that might sound like a lot, but I limited myself to 2 a day. And now I only play like around 4 times a week. I try not to go more than 10 hours of playing in a week. You know what? My game's actually improved. But I did also start to do acupressure points. I worked with energy systems. I did Reiki healing on myself. I used essential oils to get myself better, and got to the point where now I can play 2 hours with minimal pain. I'm not popping pills all the time. And I'm in a place where I believe that a hip replacement is really, really, really far in my future, if at all, at this point. So the reason that, I've had that with my hip. Now, you may not have experienced that exactly, but, have you had pain in some degree that has slowed you down, keeping you from doing what you love? Let me know in the comments, whether you're watching through Facebook or on YouTube. Let me know in the comments there what you've experienced. Is it neck and shoulders that are bothering you today? Bonus points we're covering the elbows and the wrists as well. These are points that you'll be able to use in the middle of the night when you wake up in pain, that you'll be able to instantly access without even getting out of bed. Because no one should ever have to live with pain when there are natural and free solutions that can really help ease it or even eliminate it altogether. So in this masterclass, I will be sharing the acupressure points to relieve the pain in the neck, the shoulders, the elbows, and wrists. I'm going to share how to locate them, what to do with them, what essential oils will support them. I'll touch on that just a little bit, and along with other tips I've learned over the last decade to help people relieve their pain that has literally worked for hundreds of my clients. This is also useful to use if, say, you're waiting for surgery and you want to decrease your pain, or old injuries that do keep recurring and giving you grief. You can use these points with those, even acute pain that you may have just had this happen. We'll work on that too. These points can be used in conjunction with other modalities that you may already be using to treat yourself with. The important part is that you're going to learn that acupressure works. It is healing at your fingertips, quite literally. It is easy to do, it's non-invasive, and it takes only a few minutes each day. And In my holistic healing program, I have a holistic healing transformation program that if you're interested in some more info about that, type in the comments, let me know, and I'll get you some info about that. In that, I do dive deeper into the meridians individually and the acupressure points with guided meditations, remote healing sessions, and other tips that I share for holistic healing and self-care. Now, the information that I'll be talking about in this tutorial, in this masterclass, is intended to provide relief from common ailments. It's not intended as a substitute for medical advice. So please consult a physician relating to your health, and particularly with respect to any symptoms that may require immediate attention or diagnosis. So in this guidebook, be sure to look for the link in the comments below, and you can access this guidebook, have it sent right to your email box. Don't print the first page, there's a lot of black ink on there. But if you want, you can do that, because in here is a tracking your progress page. Yeah. So this is here to enable you to track your progress after the first day, the third day, 7th day, 21st day, as encouragement to help you keep going. And then you can actually see where it is that you are improving. So this guidebook is available through the link below. Just take a moment, and you just need your first name and your email. So what we're going to be looking for are subos, or hollows in our body, where the energetic meridians come closer to the surface of the skin, and we can actually start to feel for pulses and points in those points. The size of them is about a dime to a quarter. We're not pinpoint here, so there's lots of room to work with, because when there is balance in the meridians, the energy is able to freely flow and support the organs for optimal functioning. Now, this energy is known in different parts of the world by different names. So in China, it's known as qi. In Japan is ki. East India is prana. Essentially, it's a recognized life force. So we are going to be locating them, and I'll show you what to do with them, and also how to incorporate some massage along with them as well. Ultimately, we're bringing balance by unblocking the dams that are obstructing the energy flow. And you can really tell if the meridian is balanced if you can feel a pulse in the point and bringing that to a rhythmic, steady pulse in there. And why would these be blocked? Well, there's several reasons why. Some of them include emotional, energetic blocks. Physical conditions also are a reason for having blockages in these meridians. So the acupressure points that I'll be sharing are easy to locate, and I'll have some slides to share with you. And also they are going to be included in your guidebook. So you'll have these charts available to you, and a little bit of some instruction on there that goes along with the masterclass here. So before we get started, because it is so important to balance our energetic bodies along with our physical bodies, I am going to just start off with a little bit of the singing bowls to ground us. This is for the root chakra. It's going to bring us into our bodies and into the base of our spine. This is where we have our foundation, which is an excellent one to start with when we're trying to learn something, to ground our energy and bring us into our bodies. So taking a deep breath in and listening to the tones of the bowl. Well, I already feel a lot centered after that. So to get started, we will start with, let's see, I'm going to show you the neck and shoulder ones. So these are the points that we're going to access: gallbladder 20, bladder 10, gallbladder 21, and large intestine 14, located on the arm. These are the points that I'm going to show you how to find them, and then give you a massage to do with them. Now, one of the meridians that were on there was the Gallbladder Meridian. So I'm going to borrow a slide from my holistic healing transformation program, and this one is for the Gallbladder Meridian. The balancing essential oil for that is lavender, and I get more into that in my longer programs. But the purpose of showing this today is to show you how long the Gallbladder Meridian actually is. The green lines on the little person figure there shows the Gallbladder Meridian in its entirety. So you can tell it's quite long, but the one that we are going to pay attention to are the ones that are on the neck and the shoulder here. So the Gallbladder 20 and the Gallbladder 21. Now, the other meridian that I had up there was a Bladder Meridian along the back of the neck. This one is another long meridian. This one's actually the longest, and it starts up by the eyes and comes up over the back and down the back twice, and then comes out by the baby toe where the balancing point is. Again, this slide I've borrowed from my longer program, where I dive a lot deeper into this and the supporting essential oils and the balancing points. But the purpose for this right now is just to show you where the actual bladder meridian travels along the body. And the other one that was in that chart that we'll be talking about is on the large intestine meridian. The large intestine meridian is quite a bit shorter, as you can see here. The silver line along the body there, it's from the face and to the hand is where it travels. And we'll be looking at the balancing point, the large intestine for meeting of the valleys. We'll actually get to that one a little bit later when we start to talk about the wrist and elbows. So those are the meridians that we will be taking a look at. And for now, I'm going to put the other slide back up so I can show you here. So this is the Gallbladder 20 and the Bladder 10 are pinpointed here. It looks like they're on the front of the body, but they're actually on the back of the body. They're on the back of the neck. So in order to locate those, you're going to take your thumbs and bring them around and find the base of your skull, and tilting your chin up a little bit, you start to be able to feel for the deeper hollows, the bowls that are located at the base of the neck. The thumb should be able to fit right into them and almost hook into that. Be gentle. These are sensitive areas. So that's the first spot. The second one we're going to look at is the Bladder 10 one. Now this is a little bit further down. Again, this is still on the back of the neck that we're going to be taking a look at. The Bladder 10, we're going to use 2 fingers like this and feel for the ropey muscles at the back of the neck. Now remembering these are quite large areas, like we don't have to be pinpoint, and if you're really not sure, use 3 or 4 fingers and you're bound to get the pressure point there. So that's in that area. So these points can be held on their own, and then feeling for a pulse coming through, taking a deep breath in, exhaling, releasing, and even releasing tension. Even right now, I'm feeling tension releasing from my neck. So these are the points we're initially going to work with for the neck press. Now, the neck press is, actually, I've got a review from when I did this on a Facebook Live earlier this year. I'm going to bring up a screenshot. I believe it's this one. Yeah, feeling less tension in the neck now. So this is what Erin Kimberly has said. It was her review after doing this during the Facebook series that I did. Now, another screenshot I'm going to share with you here too is from Erin as well. She said her sleep app got 100% sleep last night after doing the points. That's a first, which is awesome, because that's my goal for you guys today, is to get better sleep, neck and shoulder pain relief. And let's see, I've got another couple of reviews here. Miriam, excellent information. Thanks, Carly. And Arlana, I did that one already. Feeling less tension in the neck. And then the fingers laced process is a great stretch from Arlana. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing right now. So the fingers lace stretch. We're going to lace our fingers together and bring them in behind us here, lowering the chin, allowing the elbows to drop down. We're not pulling on this, we're just letting gravity do its thing. And then the motion is going to be the palms together. So squeezing the palms together like this. That's the action we're going to use on the back of the neck. Doing a slight squeeze, working with our breath. Deep inhalation in. Exhale, neck tension and tightness. Breath in. Exhale, releasing and letting go. So that is the first couple of points, along with the neck press exercise to go with them that you can do. I would suggest as well, when following along in your guidebook, that you find these points. Try to take some time, like give yourself a couple of minutes, and then a few deep breaths, like try 1 to 3 deep breaths while you're on each point, and then doing the neck press exercise after that, and then moving on to the next ones. So the next one is going to be on a combination of gallbladder 21 and large intestine 14. Gallbladder 21 is located on the top of the shoulders. So one hand across to the opposite shoulder, and your other hand is going to come down the arm midway to a point on the outside of the arm. This is an excellent combination to use for releasing any neck and shoulder pain. When I work with people in person, it's one of my favorite ones that I use to balance even at the end of every session. And I can actually feel the energy moving between both points, and I hold that until I feel it steadying, and then I switch to the other side, because we do work bilaterally on both sides of the body. And so the combination on these, large intestine 14 is called Crooked Pond, and the oops, sorry, no, it's not. It's I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting down to the elbow one. Sorry, it's down, partway down here. You're going to come off the shoulder and feel for where your muscle kind of comes into a bit of a V here. And that is where you'll find it. Again, it's going to be a tender spot. You'll know that you're on the right spot when it's tender there. Okay. Bring up that slide again. So it's the gallbladder 21 and the large intestine 14. That's the ones that we're going to work with right now. So holding them together for 1 to 3 deep breaths. Breath in. I'll be doing 1 just for the demonstration purposes. Exhaling, releasing any tightness and tension. And again, this is something you can do middle of the night. If you've woken up and you have some pain and you don't feel like getting out of bed, this is what you can do for yourself. And then switch over to the other side, top of the shoulders for the gallbladder one, and the large intestines partway down the arm, feeling for where the muscle kind of comes in and searching for the tender spot, and then doing some light holding there. Deep breath in, exhaling, releasing, and letting go. How's everybody feeling? Are you following along with this too? When you do this and you've got your guidebook, be sure to fill it out, because you have some beginning points you can mark on there as to where you're at today on a scale of 1 to 10, and then where you're going to feel after 3 days and after 7 and 21 days. So next we'll move on to, let's see, we're going to move on to the next one, and it's going to be a little bit further down the arms by the elbows. And the ones that we'll be working with are on the large intestine meridian again. It's large intestine 11 for Crooked Pond, and large intestine 4 is called joining of the valley. And I'm going to show you some more slides for those ones as well. So we're back to the large intestine one. Okay, here's one that is actually on the hands that we'll be finding, the meeting of the valleys. This one's located in the outer hand between the thumb and the pointer fingers. And I've shown the large intestine meridian on the little person there too. So that's one of the points we're going to be finding. And large intestine 11 is in the crook of the elbow, and then that large intestine 4 I just showed you is on the hand. So that's what we'll be looking at for the elbows. The first one, I like Crooked Pond because it's like a waterfall coming off of our shoulders and coming down into the crook of our arm, and where the elbow bends, we can feel for the bone, and then it's just to the inside of that, quite a large divot in there. So this is the point that we're going to hold and feel for the pulse again. And what we're going to do then is slight squeezing. It's going to be a squeezing kind of motion like this. So we're going to squeeze the arm. We're going to travel down those meridians. There's actually 3 on each side. There's 3 on the outer and 3 on the inner arm, but we're focusing on the large intestine one right now. And we're going to come down to that balancing point here in the hand. Now the angle of the pressure is towards the pointer finger, pushing the pressure in that way, going gentle on yourself. We don't want to be causing pain. We're going to be relieving pain. The importance of this one, and many people are quite familiar with this pressure point. It's usually one that a lot of people hear about first when it comes to acupressure. This one is like a downwards button. So it's excellent for any neck and shoulder pain to bring that down. It's good for any headaches to bring that energy down. If you're experiencing any heartburn, letting that come down. Constipation, you need that down. It's another good one to use. So on the opposite side of that, there are going to be situations where you do not want to be using these points, and there are some contraindications in using them, and that one primarily is for pregnancy, at least until after your due date. But for the meantime, this one is good for a downward energy button. So there's one that is going to relieve elbow pain as well, is particularly for my pickleball friends. If you've got that tennis elbow, if you've got that band that's on there, I know I used to have that. And I've been playing almost a year now without it. So I do use these points for myself through the elbow, massaging down that large intestine meridian and ending on the balancing point in the hand for that. This will help to relieve elbow pain. And then the final one will be in the wrists. And this one is with 2 different meridians, pericardium and triple warmer. So I will show you those ones. Pericardium balancing point is in the wrist, but we are actually going to be using one of those today. And so as you see, the pericardium goes from the front of the body up by the chest area and then down the arm. And it's on the inside of the middle of the wrist crease is where the balancing point is for that, and I'll be showing that to you how to find that a little bit more. And then the other one that goes along with that is the triple warmer meridian. You might be wondering, what's a triple warmer? Well, in traditional Chinese medicine, it is the 3 burners in our torso that are responsible for balance in our bodies. So this one is the triple warmer meridian that's located here, and the balancing point for that is on the outer wrist crease at the center. And I'll show you how to find those, because we'll be using those for the wrists, for the wrist points as well as a couple other ones. So that's the pericardium and the triple warmer balancing points. Let's see. Actually, I'll show you here a better picture on the pericardium balancing point on the inside of the wrist. As you can see here where the red dots are, we will be finding those, and we will be finding on the opposite side the triple warmer balancing point on the outside of the arm in the wrist crease. Okay, so let's find those together. So grabbing one of your arms and flexing your wrist, finding an indentation. We'll be looking for that hollow, that Subo bowl, as they're known. Finding a spot there, using your thumb and going lasering right to the center of the wrist crease. Remember, you can bend your wrist to get a better feel for where you're at on your own self. Holding these two together, taking a deep breath, inhaling, exhaling, releasing and letting go. Feeling any tightness and tension releasing through here. And then taking 3 finger widths up from the wrist crease will be the other location, and lasering through to the other side. You'll feel that in between the bones and in the soft tissue is what we'll be looking for that. A deep breath in, and then exhaling, releasing and letting go. I'm going to bring this up on here again. This is for the wrists now. The pericardium 6 and a triple warmer 5 with the pericardium 7 and triple warmer 4. We're using those points together. So these are the 8th, 9th, 10th. These are the final points that we'll be working on. The 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. All these points are in here. I have 10 points for you in total, and these are the final ones that we'll be working with today. Okay, so using those together. So when you're practicing this at home, hold these points for 1 to 3 deep breaths, and then lighter pressure to end with to see if you can start to feel that pulse coming through. And now what we're going to do is take all of these 10 points and put them together into one routine. So let's start with the neck press. Breath in, exhaling, releasing, allowing the chin to come down, doing that squeezing action in between the hands so that you feel that on the back of your neck. Switching over to the side to do the upper shoulder and outer arm combination points here. Deep breath in and exhaling, releasing, letting go. Switching over to the other side, upper arm and outer arm together, upper shoulder, deep breath in and exhaling, releasing, letting go, feeling that tension just melting away. And then down into the elbows. I like holding them together, kind of like a little genie thing. Grant you 3 wishes. Going to use that, and then massaging down one arm until you get to the hand, and then going down the other arm until you get down to the hand. And when we do this final movement here, we are getting the elbow points, we're getting the midpoints here, the midpoints in the wrist, and finalizing with the balancing point on the hand. So doing that massaging down through the arm and ending there. I'll just put that up. I'll show you all 3 of them again. So we covered the neck and shoulders, the elbows, and we finished with the wrist. So these are, this is a combo that works really well for neck and shoulder pain relief. Happens to also work for your elbows and your wrists. And if you would like to learn more tips specific to what you're experiencing, I have actually opened up, I do this every month, I open up some spots for a pain relief breakthrough, which is a one-on-one consultation with myself. It is free. It's between 20 and 30 minutes. And in our video call, I will share with you more ways to help relieve your specific pain that you're experiencing, because no one should ever have to live with pain when there's natural and free solutions that really can help ease it and even eliminate it altogether. So if you're serious about taking charge of your health and well-being, and this masterclass really resonates with you, then I invite you to go ahead and book a pain relief breakthrough consultation with myself. The value is $120, but it is free. For the first one is free, and I have it limited to one per person. So how you can actually go ahead and book that is with let's see, is through my booking link right here. The Pain Relief Breakthrough is customized tips for holistic healing with myself, Carly Penfold. I'm a holistic coach. You can use the bit.ly link here, book with Carly, to go ahead and book that free session at your earliest convenience. I'll put that up again at the end of this masterclass for you too. So don't forget to download that pain relief guidebook. Use those links. They're in the comments below on YouTube and in Facebook here. They're also on my website, carlypenfold.com. And I wanted to also give a shout out to a couple of people about these little diagrams. Rochelle, she's allowed me to use her diagrams, and I wanted to express my thanks to her for that because I absolutely love them. I think they're so cute. And give some of those references there. So it was Rochelle McFarlane. She's with ESP Parent, and that's where I got the diagrams for her Meridian cards. Some other references, if you're interested in this and you want to look up some more reading material, Acupressure's Potent Points, A Guide to Self-Care for Common Ailments by Michael Reed Gock. There's a pictorial atlas of acupuncture. This one's got really good photographs in it. There's a reference guide app that I use by Abundant Health for essential oils. And then I also reference as well through the Young Living Essential Oils website too. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and congratulations on taking these first steps for you on, taking charge of your health, really looking at natural, holistic solutions for pain relief. And and so if you find that if you have something else that you'd like to have some reference to and some input on, I am certainly open to having that pain relief breakthrough session with you. Please go ahead and book that. I'll put that contact info up again right now. So thanks for watching. We'll see you all again next week. Bye for now.